A very warm good afternoon to everyone. We'll be starting with this session in just 5 minutes. So let's just wait for others to join. Hello guys. So we will be starting with the session. Today's session is going to be taken by Advocate Anuja Saxena. She's an experienced advocate and legal advisor with the Rehabilitation Council of India. She has specialized in mediation and dispute resolution, serving as a national trainer with the Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, Supreme Court of India, and as a training advisor at the Delhi Dispute Resolution Society. She is actively involved in promoting mediation practices across India, skilled in legal advisory, conflict resolution, and capacity building programs aimed at strengthening access to justice and alternative dispute mechanisms. So she will be taking a session today on the constitution, the preamble of constitution and fundamental rights. And without further ado, we will just start with the session. So Anuja ma'am, you can start with the session.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. And thanks everyone. I welcome you all. A very good afternoon to all of you. May I request all to please switch on your videos? May I request? So please switch on your videos. And I'm really thankful to the organizer who have given me this opportunity to interact with all of you. And I really believe that justice delivery system is in safe hand. If on Sunday afternoon you are sparing your time to learn more about the constitution and the fundamental rights, really hats off to all of you. So the topic assigned to me is preamble and the fundamental rights, isn't it? And I think all of you are clear about that India is having one beautiful constitution. And in this session, we will learn how the constitution, the preamble came into existence, how the constitution maker, they have the mindset to make this beautiful constitution, to give the clarity about the status of the India, status to the India, ki what kind of Bharat we want to constitute, isn't it? So I have prepared some slides, although it was a very short notice. I am taking this session, but just because of the reason ki the things I will share will not remain in your mind forever, but the slide you can enjoy at any moment of time. So I want to share my slides, which I have prepared very short notice. I'm sharing my slides. So I think through all law students and lawyers, and I think a little bit all are aware about the preamble and the Constitution of India. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
right. So what is the status of a preamble, from where we will start? Ki what for a preamble? What a preamble do? I mean, what is the status of the preamble? Why it should be there? So I think preamble of the Constitution of India as well as of any enactment shows what is the what are the content of that enactment. And in Constitution of India, we believe that the Constitution was framed first, and we have given the shape to this preface or the preamble, what we are calling as, later on, because we have first decided the objective of the Constitution of India. What objective, what the objective resolution the Constitution Assembly has decided, and thereafter, after framing the Constitution of India, which is well governed by the Constitution of USA, we have developed the entire revisions, and then we have given the shape to the preamble of the Constitution of India. So it's a preface of introductory statement of the Constitution, which lays down its aims and objective. So preface means we are giving introductory part. Okay, this is the introduction. What kind of constitution we are framing? What kind of status we are giving to our country, that is called Bharat or India, and who are framing this? Who are giving the shape to it? Who are the sovereign? Who is the sovereign? I mean, the Austin has given the definition of sovereign as the sovereign is the, I mean, the king is the sovereign, but in India, the people of India are the sovereign. So the people of India has given this constitution to the India, that we will govern ourselves It finds its origin in the objective resolution introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru, no doubt, on 1946. So it was, in fact, the constitution was adopted on 26 November 1946, and finally on 26 January 1950, we declared the Republic Day. We are celebrating Republic Day because on that day it was completely imposed, and keeping in mind that it was the Constitutional Assembly who decided that we should have that. We do not want any kind of domain of the Britishers. We want complete Swaraj. So we are making the Republic Day as a Swaraj Divas or Republic Day. The idea of the preamble has been borrowed from the Constitution of US. And of course, the complete Constitution is borrowed most of the part, although we have considered the UK also, the Canada, the many of the other the Constitutional Assembly has discussed at length the shape we want to give to our country. And then finally, this constitution was framed. So what the beautiful wordings of this preamble is, we the people of India. So what is our understanding about the we the people of India? The people of India was sufficient, but why we have used this we? So we use this we to give this empowerment to the people of India. This we, the two letter word giving the complete shape that in power of the people of India are sovereign, and they have decided. And how they have decided, solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign. Sovereign means we are governing ourselves. Socialist, secular. These socialist and secular, later on it was added after 46 amendment, but initially it was sovereign, democratic and republic. So sovereign means we the people of India are the sovereign. We are self-empowered to give our country the shape as a in the way of the Constitution of India. We are declaring the shape to our country. Democratic in a way that the government, whosoever will govern our country, will be the elected people of the public representation. They will be from the public, and they will govern the entire country on the basis of the norms given in the Constitution of India. They are not self-deciding authority. Rather, we have given the shape in a way that they will adopt the whatever defined in the Constitution of India, the legal representative, the representative of the people of India. They will go through the constitutional provision and they will govern the country, right? And republic, and to secure to all its citizens. We are defining these are the four important pillars of our Constitution of India. And the first and foremost pillar is the justice. And we all belongs to justice delivery system. But this justice is not confined to the justice delivery system in India. It's broader aspect. It's social justice. I mean, everyone is equal. Economic justice. The government of India is bound to give the economic equality, the political equality, right? The social equality. And when we define justice, I used to say justice means just eyes. It should be cool. It should be immediate. And we are just facing the pendency of the case. Sometimes I feel that we are not satisfying that particular aspect the justice is mentioned in the Constitution of India with so many of disparity. But we are not going to the shortcomings, but we are right now we are discussing about what is incorporated in our Constitution. So the first pillar of our Constitution is justice, and we are securing justice for all the citizens of India, because the Constitution by, for, and of the citizen of India, right? So liberty of thought. Everyone is free to share their thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and worship. So there's no reason of the India. There is no stigma on the expressing yourself, your thought, sharing your thought, sharing your expression, thought, your faith, your worship. Everyone is free to share their thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and worship. So you are all having the right before the law. This is what the Constitution preamble says: equality of the state, equality of the citizen, equality of the government. Act is framed only for the purpose to give back. Above all, what we are doing, because the moment the India came into existence as the independent country, that time there was so much of disparity. There was so much of the linguistic division was there. The state were running from each other. That was the also the focus of the constitution maker, that how we will bring the fraternity among the people of India and assuring the dignity of the individual as well as unity and integrity of the nation, both sides. So the preamble itself says that we are maintaining the fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and integrity and unity of the country. So how to unite the India as a nation, as a Republic of India? In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So therefore, November 1949, it was adopted, but we celebrate our Republic just because of the reason on 26th November 1946, we have decided that we do not want the domain of the Britishers. We want like in Canada, like Australia, like many other countries where they are having the constitution, but the Queen is the sovereign there. Again, they are having the domain of the Queen still. But we, India, we have decided that we want all free India. We want all Republic of India. Right? Feature of the preamble: sources of the constitutional authority, nature of the state, objective of the constitution. These features are involved in the preamble. We, the people of India, we have discussed sovereignty and ultimate power rests with the people. Right? We are sovereign, and this gives the self-determination and self-empowerment to the constitution, to the people of India. The framer of the constitution were the representative of the people. The will of the people is the basis of the constitution. It was so many, discussion, lot of discussion between the constitution maker and the public. They were taking the discussion with the public, and then they were framing. So we have given a very beautiful shape to our constitution. I think, and I believe we are having the best constitution. India has been declared sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. What sovereign is? I have already defined. The word sovereign means supreme or independent. India is internally and externally sovereign. We are not having any pressure of any foreign power. Socialist, The word social was added to the preamble by the 42nd Amendment that I have already shared. It implies social and economic equality. Everybody is having the equal status. We cannot say we cannot discriminate anyone. Social equality in the context means the absence of discrimination. Economic equality in the context means that the government will endeavor to make the distribution of wealth. Our government is trying its level best, but there is economic disparity that we can well observe. But I think it will take another 50 years to just make the equality of complete economic equality, because the things are coming from the past, and the some of the one-third generation is middle class, and then two-third generation is below the poverty line. Even still we are facing, so there economic disparity. This in fact emphasizes commitment towards the formation of a welfare state. And this preamble itself says ki the because we have given social, secular, and this economic equality, so therefore we have instigated out the government, that the government will be the welfare government. That means the government will work for the welfare of the people of India. Secular, the word secular was added by 42nd Amendment. So all are free to enjoy their religion. Tolerance, India that does not have any, we are not having any state religion. So state religion mean India is secular mean we are enjoying all kind of religion. We welcome the thoughts of all the religion. We give all the space to any of the religion, any of the citizen of India can enjoy whatever the religion they want to follow, right? Because we believe that religion is not the soul. We believe that we are giving all the opportunity to anyone to follow any rules in their life, because religion govern your life, whereas the constitution govern the state. India follows idea of positive secularism. We are having the positive secularism, and it is beautiful. We are having all kind of religion, and we celebrate all the festival together. We enjoy Diwali, we enjoy Eid, we enjoy Guru Nanak birthday, we enjoy Christmas. So any kind of religion we are enjoying, although they are so you may disagree on this point, because sometimes it happens because frustration and difference of opinion occurs. But it is not like this, that we are not, many of the people are togetherly celebrating all the festivals. Democracy, India is a democracy. The people of India elect their government. This we all know, being the part of this delivery system, and being from the fraternity of lawyers. I believe that we are well clear about the democratic setup, that the union, state, and local, there are three-tier system in India. We are enjoying their union government, their state government, and the local body. In all three states, the people of India are having their say. I mean, they will elect the representative, and therefore we used to call it democratic setup. And being the cleaner of mediation, I used to say that this is the most democratic style of dispute resolution, once we are giving an opportunity to the party to resolve their dispute amicably. Democratic mean that you have the voice and you can say anything. So therefore, people of India enjoying the democracy, and we are the biggest democracy across the world. The head of the state is elected and not hereditary. So democracy, republic mean the hereditary, there is no hereditary king or the queen. We are electing our head. The president is indirectly elected by the people for a fixed tenure. You must be knowing this thing, that this is the indirect selection, but they are the representative of the public who are electing the president of India, who is the head of India. He makes use of his power on the advisory council of India. The advisory council is composed of 14 constituents. The foremost objective is to secure justice for the people of India, so that they are able to make development of the personality. Social justice, economic justice, this we have discussed, the most important pillar. Different kind of liberties, what we are having: liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. This I have already discussed, because the preamble itself says liberty of thought. You can share your ideas, you can express your ideas, you can give any article, you can comment over any action of the government. You are all free. The government will not, other than this, that you are just crossing the limit whatever provided, because we cannot give the absolute absolute kind of fundamental right to anyone, because it will affect the integrity and unity of the India. Equality of status, equality of opportunity. This is well mentioned in the Constitution of India, that everyone is equal before the law. Fraternity, we are maintaining. We are taking all the instance that there should not be any kind of communal rights or any kind of disagreement between the people of India. And the government of India is working hard, and the many of the organization NGOs are working hard for the same. We should maintain the fraternity among the people of India so that India remain as beautiful as it was. What is the significance of preamble? The preamble of India Constitution reflects the basic structure. So it gives the basic structure. Now question arises, if it gives the basic structure and the spirit of the Constitution, then can we amend the preamble? This was a thing which was discussed in Keshwan and Bharti case, and then the amendment came into existence that it is the part of the Constitution. It is not something which cannot be amended. So now the preamble is also the part of the Constitution of India, and secular and social, what was later on added, because initially there were three adjective with it, like sovereign, democratic, and republic. Later secular and socialist was added. It is regarded that the preamble serves as a channelizing tool for the interpretation of the Constitution as a whole. See, whenever even see we are writing an essay, we are giving a preface, we are giving a reference, right? Even if we are writing a letter, we are giving a subject. So you can just consider that the preamble is the subject. What are the content available in the Constitution of India, right? Or it's giving a reference to what is there incorporated in the Constitution of India. So therefore, it is very important. It gives the clarity to what is there, right? We are giving it what kind of shape we are giving to our nation. The preamble acts as a preface of the Constitution and lays down the fundamental values and philosophies of ideas. Now, philosophies are defined like socialist, democratic, republic. These are all the philosophical ideas, and then we are framing the provision pertaining to the same, to the give the effect to the same, right? Initially we are giving a philosophical idea, and then we are drawing all the provision from the philosophical idea to give the shape to the Constitution of India. What kind of government we will have, what kind of structure we will have, how we will give the beautiful shape to our country, right? It represents the entire Constitution in its written words. This is again a wonderful thing that we are having written words, we are having written Constitution. It is not the words of the king is the sovereign, and whatever said by the king is the ultimate, and that is the law of land. No, we the people of India are the king. We have given our country as a sovereign status. We have given a written Constitution, and there will be no change. We cannot interpret the provision as per our choice. We have to go with the spirit of the Constitution of India, and that spirit is the preamble. So I hope and believe the preamble is clear. Yes or no? See, blank screen is not good. At least any impression.
Students, you can turn on your mic and say as well. There's no issues with that. You can even drop your views on chat boxes.
Yes. And even if not, you can give any symbolic this thing, thumbs up or smiley if you are satisfied with that, because time is 45 minutes. I'm going fast. So because now I have the significance of the preamble we have already discussed. Now I'm going with the fundamental rights. And you must be knowing that initially there were 7 fundamental rights, but now later on the right to property was omitted, and it has declared as the civil right, not the constitutional right. So let us start with the fundamental right, and these are, governed by the human rights, also by UN Charter, that every human is having some rights that we call human right, and this was a reason that we have incorporated the fundamental rights to give these rights, which are although not absolute but are available to all the citizens of India in equality, in same manner and same pattern. So what are the fundamental rights? Are basic liberties and entitlement guaranteed to every citizen. These rights are given to every citizen of India. There's no discrimination. There's no disparity. Right? There's no disparity. All are entitled for the same rights which are incorporated in the Constitution of India. And these are giving the essential for development. These rights are crucial for the moral, intellectual, and spiritual growth of a person. Why it was required? Because number one, we are not discriminating anyone. Number two, every time the court are not supposed to decide whether it is a right or it is not a right. So we are giving a clarity that these are the rights available, so court can work upon it. And being lawyer, we are from the same fraternity. Unless it is written, we cannot show to the court, we cannot convince to the court. So the Constitution of India incorporated all the fundamental rights in itself, which declare the essential for development of the people of India. Guaranteed by the Constitution, no doubt these rights are well incorporated in the Constitution of India, so they are guarantee of the Constitution of India. And who is giving the guarantee? The custodian is the Supreme Court of India, because Article 32 is there. They are not ordinary law, but are part of the Constitution itself, which is supreme law of the land, justiciable, enforceable. The term fundamental also signifies that these rights are judicially enforceable. So this is what I was just sharing. This custodian is the Constitution of India. We are filing the writs. Rights are mentioned as Article 32 of the Constitution of India, that anyone can approach to the Supreme Court for the, if there is any violation of this fundamental right, of any fundamental right, even just not reaching to any of lower court, directly we can approach to the Supreme Court of India. If these rights are violated, a person has a right to approach a court of law for a remedy, and the court acts as their guardian. So courts are the guardian. Therefore, what I just shared in the last slide is that there is no absolute arbitrary power to any of the head of the government of India, legislature, executive, and judiciary. Everyone is having the dependency on each other. So watertight compartment is not there. Foundation of democracy, these rights are seen as fundamental justice, liberty, and equality, and they protect citizen arbitrary state action, ensuring democratic and just society. Correct? Any citizen of India can approach to the court of law if there is violation of this act and any arbitrary state action. Correct? State action. This was the reason why we have removed this right to property. Because for the development of the country, there are so many times the court has to decide about the property. Like we have to construct the metro, then and somebody's property is coming, he will claim this is my fundamental. I know it was difficult. So that was somehow it was the reason that it was not declared as the right of fundamental right now. Now it's a civil right. He can approach to any court of civil nature, but not to the Supreme Court claiming it's a fundamental right. So it's a foundation of democracy. Why foundation of democracy? We are giving, see, whatever the characteristic we have given to the preamble, that we have implemented in the fundamental rights. Justice, where we are mentioning equality, the liberty of expression and thought, the fraternity, everything we have incorporated in fundamental rights. So therefore, the preamble is just introducing what kind of right and duties we are defining in the Constitution, and the further the these fundamental rights from 12 to 31, 35, we are defining everything. And then 51A was incorporated that only fundamental rights are not sufficient. We have to define the fundamental duties as well, right? What are the fundamental rights? Right to equality, 14 to 18. Right to freedom, 19 to 22. Right against exploitation, 23 to 24. Right to freedom of religion, 25 to 28. Cultural education right, 29 to 31. Right to constitutional remedies, 32 to 35. These are from 14 to 35. We are having the complete this chapter devoted and dedicated to fundamental rights. So therefore, we the people of India solemnly resolved to constitute India, all those characteristics we have given to of the preamble, the preface of the Constitution. Right? Feature of fundamental rights are different from ordinary legal rights in the manner in which they are enforced. It is a legal right is violated. The aggrieved person cannot directly approach the Supreme Court bypassing the lower court. He or she should first approach the lower court. This is the difference between civil right and the fundamental right. For civil right, we have to go through the law, provision of the law. And I used to say that the work of a lawyer is only to locate the law. And we always into the process of learning, we learn from which provision we can approach to the court of law. But as far as the fundamental rights are concerned, they are governed, which are defined in the Constitution. We have to approach under 226 to the High Court of the state, or 32 to the directly to the Supreme Court. Right? Some of the fundamental rights are available to only citizen, while the rest for all personal citizen and foreign. Article 15, 16, 19, 29, 30, because these are pertaining to the discrimination, this appointment and qualification, etc. So these are absolute right available to the citizen of India. Rest of the right, like Article 20, when if a foreigner is visiting over here, he is having all, he is also empowered to enjoy the right to life and liberty, right? But as far as the taking the participate in any of the entry before the appointment, there's some restriction pertaining to the foreign. So some of the rights are absolutely available for the citizen of India. Rest are also available for the foreigners. Fundamental rights are not absolute rights. They have reasonable restriction, which means they are subject to the condition of state security, public morality, and decency and proliferation. See, the states, because the state, I mean the country governed by the people of India. If the state represented, the people represented are making some restriction, the same is subject to the judicial review by the Supreme Court of India. Right? So there is no watertight compartment. They are justiciable, implying they are enforceable by a court. People can approach the Supreme Court directly in case of violation of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights can be amended by the Parliament by the Constitutional Amendment, but only if the amendment does not alter the basic structure. See, the basic structure should not change. We cannot say, now we are deleting justice, or now we are deleting equality. No, the basic structure will remain same. What we have to do, we can, some recent amendment we can do, and that is also with the consent of the representative of the people of India. Therefore, every time there is the involvement of the people voice. If people voice is not there, we cannot amend. And many of the bill will cancel just because of the reason it has not been passed by the both houses of the parliament. Fundamental rights can be suspended during a national emergency, but the right guarantee under 2021 cannot be sustained. All the right in emergency can be suspended, and that affect Article 32 as well. But 20 and 21 cannot be suspended. Correct? The application of fundamental rights can be restricted in an area that has been placed under marital law or military law. These are the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture, education, right to constitution, remedies. What right to equality says? 14 to 18, everyone is equal before the eye of law. Equality before the law and equal protection of law. Both say equality before law and equal protection of law. Prohibition of discrimination on ground only of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. No prohibition, no discrimination on the basis of any of this. Because initially it was pre-independence, for the same work, the women workers and the male worker getting there were disparity in getting the remuneration. The women worker were getting the half of the salary, the male worker were getting, considering that they are having the less, power to do work in a better manner. So they were getting half of the salary. So this was a clear discrimination. Now everything is equal. Equal status, equal post, equal salary, everything is equal. There is no discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Article 16 says equality of opportunity, matter of public employment. All are free to adopt any of the profession or equality of opportunity in any of the public employment. We cannot say, although the state can make some restriction, like suppose state commission of Andhra state is giving that the people belongs to Andhra will be having a reservation because they know the language of Telugu much better than the other state. That kind of, that kind of some restriction may apply, which is justifiable, but not like this. They will not apply because they are not part of the our country. It's not like this. There's some restriction, but those are legally and reason. Reason restriction can happen. Abolition of untouchability. So this was a dream of the Mahatma Gandhi, that we want that there's no untouchability. All are Harijan. They have given the nomenclature Harijan. Harijan means the people of God. So why untouchability? All are the people of God. If they are performing their duties, doesn't mean that they are not the Harijan. They are Harijan. They are having the equal status. And now we have given equal status. Until date, we are just facing the reservation just because of the reason. Initially, they were discriminated, and now we all are facing the consequences of the same, that they are having the reservation and everyone is frustrated because of their reservation, because we have not given that opportunity to them during that period. Abolition of titles, military academy. So any citizen of India will not adopt any foreign title or any kind of title in any government body, but like Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan, these are awards, not title. But the initially pre-independence, they were given the title by the British Rai Bahadur, Rai Sahab, many other titles, but now those have been abolished. Military administration are, however, the awards which are defined by the government of India, just for to praise the praise the person who have worked hard for the upliftment of the government or the upliftment of the country. Those are being awarded by the government of India. Those are exceptions. Equality before the legal protection of law, equality before the law, we have discussed concepts borrowed from British jurisprudence, equal protection of law. Concepts borrowed from American jurisprudence, like should be treated alike, that is, people in similar circumstances should be treated in similar way. So this is all clear. This allows for the distinct classification. Social equality, equality is status of behaviors, Article 15, we have discussed, because of positive time, I am moving fast. There is no discrimination on the basis of race, class, and sex, we have discussed. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any special provision. This is what I just want to underline. Okay, suppose if it is in our mind, then if it is no discrimination on the basis of race, caste, sex, then why many of the places we are giving a special seat to the women in the metro, we are giving a special seat to women. This is all about the welfare as well as the special status, because the state consider that these are the somehow the weaker section. To bring them to the equal status, the state is making a some of time the not discrimination, but maintain to just fill up that disparity. The welfare state is declaring that special status to particular kind of person. The state can make a special provision for the advancement of any socially and educationally backward classes. That's true. We are all witness of the same, that till date we are enjoying reservation in India. Although I'm not in favor, but okay, if we are giving the equal status to them, we can provide many ways to bring them to the equal status. But giving the reservation, I don't think it will suffice the purpose in another 50 years. The state can make any special provision by law for the advancement of any social and education backward classes. Equality matter of public employment, Article 60, equal opportunity for everyone. Then right to Article 19, right to freedom. We are all free to move across the country, freedom of speech and expression. We are all free to give the speech, but that should not affect the peace among the people of India. The speech and expression should be like this. We are maintaining the fraternity. There's some reason of the speech. Unnecessarily just to exploit the peace or to just exploit the people of India, that will again give the stigma to this. Right, it's not absolute, right? The government, the police can take the action. Freedom of assembly, that is also there. The moment any emergency, the first right which is stopped by the government is the freedom of assembly, because it may create the problem in the for the peace of the society. Freedom of form, association, and union. This is also available. Freedom of movement with Indian territory. Across the country, you can move anywhere. There is no need of any kind of visa or this kind of permission from any of the state to move in that state. I'm suppose if you are in Delhi, you want to move to Jammu Kashmir, you want to move to Andhra, you want to move Telangana, you want to move in Maharashtra. Anywhere you can move, need to take any kind of permission from any of the state authority. Freedom of residence and settlement, you can settle anywhere, but except the some of the provision pertaining to this Uttarakhand, Himachal, what the government is making just because of the reason to maintain that state, the purity of that state. They're making some laws and which are applicable. Freedom of profession, occupation, trade and business. Any profession you can enjoy, any occupation you can do, trade and business, subject to the restriction provided by certain of the law. And you will see that all the laws, we have to first see whether it is within the provision of the Constitution of India or not. Is there any contradiction with the provision of India? That law will be considered as the not fit as per the Constitution of India, so it is not workable. The right to freedom, Article 19, speech expression. assemble peacefully, freedom of interest of public, freedom to move freely, freedom of reside and settle, freedom to practice any profession. Article 27, protection in respect of conviction for offense, is very important for all of us, being the part of this legal justice release system. Protect individual from certain criminal conviction and has three main clauses. Protection against retrospective criminal laws, right? Not applicable to civil law like taxation. It means, but the retrospective, the criminal law is not workable. Protection against double jeopardy. A person cannot be punished for one act twice. If he has done something, he cannot be double jeopardized, double time punished. But as far as that departmental proceedings are concerned, if he has repeated the same offense, he can be punished, and he can be punished as per the decision, and the administrative law is there also, you know. So as per the administrative law provision, he can be punished for next time. And protection against self-incrimination, like confessional statement, we are very careful. Our Evidence Act says whenever a person is making the confession, the authority should be very careful about it. It should not be self-incriminating. Right to life, very important right. And this is the absolute right, I can say, because even in the emergency, nobody can stop it. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution provides the right to life and personal liberty, stating no person shall be deprived of these rights except according to the procedure established by law. Right? Like police confinement, like behind the bar, no one can claim, no, no, I have right to life. Right to life, of course, it is there. Right to liberty to move anywhere, it is not available. It expands the concept of procedure established by law to due process of law in Indian jurisprudence, as seen in the Monica Gandhi case. The recent MK Ranjit Sinha case has brought the all encompassing idea of right in the light again to include right to protection against adverse effect of climate changes, right? So this is also extending the right to life and liberty. If we are not getting pure air to breathe, this is all the responsibility of the state to provide us the at least minimum amenities, and these are one of the most important. It was included in this Ranjit Sinha case in 2019 2024. Article 20, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases, provides protection against arbitrary arrest and detention, which is well available. You can approach to the court of law for illegal retention and illegal detention, granting arrested individual the right to be informed of the ground for arrest. The every citizen of India, if there's any kind of legal action or any kind of police action, the police is bound to tell why he's been arrested. It is not possible that the police will arrest him without giving any reason or taking any summon or the warrant from the court of law. The right to consult a lawyer and right to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours. Even if the police in cognizable offense will arrest a person, the police officers are bound to produce him before the court of law within 24 hours. These safeguards, however, do not apply to enemy aliens or individual arrested under preventive detention law. Correct? So certain exceptions are there. It also provides for preventive detention for 3 months, after which the detention is extended based on the examination of advisory board. Right against exploitation, 23-24, no exploitation, prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor, including beggar or underpaid work. The Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1970s enforced this right. Okay? These are all the laws later on framed to give the totality, the total norms, how we will affect this Article 23, how we will stop the bonded labor, what kind of labor will be considered as a bonded labor. So this law is also very important, whosoever want to go into service matters. Article 24, prohibition of employment of children below the age of 14, the Child Labor Act 1986, and the Immoral Trafficking Prevention Act 1956 enforce the right. Right? Immoral trafficking and the for child labor, we have again having the specialized enactment, which are in the consensus with the provision of the Constitution of India. Right, freedom of religion, we are all free to enjoy our religion. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Sare Bhai Bhai, we enjoy the freedom of religion. Article 25, 26, 27, 28, all are just given status, our status as we are free to enjoy any religion. freedom to profess, practice, and propagation of any religion. And then you can see the precision is going, and the police is taking care of everything. Precision, many time it happens in Hindu religion, many times Sikh religion, many times in Muslim religion, precisions are going, and the police people are taking care of there should not be any fight between the two person. So therefore, because it is incorporated in the Constitution of India in the fundamental right that they are free to profess, practice, and propagate of any religion, to do anything pertaining to their religion, subject to the condition it should not affect the peace of the country. Freedom to manage religious affairs for religious community, prohibit taxes on religious ground, freedom as to attendance. And if I will go with the religious ground, the prohibition of taxes, there was taxation was started when this that was taxation implied by the some Muslim ruler. I just forgot the name, this Takia or something. So that was a tax for the profits, the Hindu religion. But now India, all citizens of India are free to profess their own religion in their own. Cultural education right, 29 to 30. Under Indian Constitution, you are free to enjoy a culture, protection of interests of minorities by guaranteeing the right to conserve their distinct language, script, and culture. India is a country who is enjoying many languages, and all languages are well incorporated in the schedule of the Constitution of India. I think now we are enjoying 29 languages, and now sign language is also incorporated in the Constitution of India. So various language. So we are giving all the freedom to all the our in our brotherhood. You enjoy your own language, enjoy your own script, enjoy your own belief and faith. Three. Article 29 is also prohibit the state from denying admission to any educational institute it maintain or aid or ground of religion, race, caste, or sex. Right? Recently, the illegal Muslim university matter was before the Supreme Court and was decided this minority institution. If you are focusing on that and you are targeting the particular person from this community, their status should uplift. We are calling the minority institution. So in India, we are giving all the status to the minority institution, and government is providing all kind of help to them to just develop. So therefore, we are having very big heart, and we are giving welcoming all kind of ideas, all kind of religion. The protection extend to any section of a citizen, not just minorities, and is key part of the culture and education. So we enjoy the diversity in Indian culture, culture and different kind of culture, different kind of education, different kind of languages, different kind of religion. So India is such a versatile country. Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. So this is the right. They can enjoy, they can administer their educational institution like this. What do you call this? These mosques are running their own schools, and they are teaching the Urdu language. So we are not stopping that. The church, the Christians are teaching to their students in other way. So, but finally, the focus is this: that same should be maintain the fraternity and the peace and integrity of the constitution, the unity of the India. No discrimination while giving grant to educational institution. Okay? Right to constitutional remedies, 32, very important for all of us because we are enjoying this by just presenting the violation of the right before Honorable, the apex court, the Supreme Court of India. We can very proudly say the court is the custodian of the fundamental rights. Although these are incorporated in the Constitution of India, all the three heads of the government are responsible to just implement all these fundamental rights, but the Supreme Court is the custodian, called as the soul of Constitution by D.B.R. Ambedkar. Article 32 was called as the soul of the Constitution by B.R. Ambedkar. Why? Because if we will declare it, the right are having should be governed and governed by the government of India, but the same there is some higher authority. I mean, who's having the equal pedestal, but keeping an eye. Is there any violation for anyone of the citizen of India? Ensure enforcement of all the fundamental rights, establish Supreme Court as a guardian of the Constitution and the right of citizen. Excessive limitation, fundamental rights are not absolute but are subject to wide range of reasonable restriction. Correct? So even if you are moving to the Supreme Court, being lawyer, we are responsible to, we have to just check, is there any exemption, any kind of explanation available in the provision of the law, or there is some rules or the rules or some laws pertaining to the same. If there is any restriction, we cannot say these rights are absolute. If the government, for the upliftment of the people of India, is making some restriction, so therefore we cannot claim before the Supreme Court that these are the absolute right and my party is bound to enjoy this right. Preventive detention, the inclusion of provision for preventive detention is often seen as significant drawback as it allows for the detention of individual without trial. Suspension during emergency. Of course, these fundamental rights being suspended except 2021. No permanency fundamental rights are not considered second or permanent, as a parliament can curtail or abolish them through a constitutional amendment, provided it does not violate the basic structure of the Constitution of India. But keep it in your mind that these are all subject to the judicial review as well. So we have not given any arbitrary power to any of the three heads of the government. Lack of social economic right. The list of fundamental rights primarily focus on political and civil rights with no specific provision for important social and economic rights. Expensive and accessible. We used to say that it is very difficult for the general public to approach the Supreme Court or High Court, but for the sake there are amicus curiae, and there's legal aid, there's SALSA, there's NALSA, who are taking care of all kind of legal aid we are providing to the citizen of India to just show to the court if there is a violation of the fundamental right. Promote political democracy, limit state tyranny, ensure rule of law, justifiable and enforceable. Okay? Unlike the direct principle of state policy, see, one time we are reading about and we are just studying about the fundamental right, the other is the direct principle of state policy. The Constitution itself declared what kind of state the India. The India is a welfare state, and the government of India will work for the welfare of the people of India. And these are well incorporated, well defined in the Constitution of India from 39 to 51. These are the direct principle of state policy. But fundamental rights are justifiable, meaning individual can approach the High Court or Supreme Court, the heart and soul of the Constitution, according to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, for their enforcement if they are violated. The court can issue various writs, habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, equivalent to protect these rights. Okay? Protect minorities and vulnerable group, guarantees core civil liberties. These are all well incorporated in the fundamental right. Part 3 include specific provisions such as cultural education right to safeguard the interests of religion. It provides a comprehensive list of civil liberties, including freedom of speech, expression, assembly, association, movement. These are, see, what we should feel happy that time when we were not having any net services, we were not having any kind of, free access to the documents available. These people who work so hard and very easily, the young generation, we people blame our constitution maker. I think we should salute them. The way they studied all the constitution and they try, they will best give the best to our constitution. And now we are having very easy access. We are just going to the Google Master and Google will provide you everything. And now we are put us ahead. I mean, once we are having AI, the AI is helping us in many ways. I mean, in all ways, AI is helping us. And those were the days when they were studying for the working hard for the sake to get the best part for our constitution, and they work hard, right? So we should really appreciate their efforts, which are essential for individual personal development and human rights. So this was a Mahatma Gandhi quote: no people have risen who thought only of rights. Only those did so who thought of duties. So if we are enjoying our fundamental rights, we are also having fundamental duties, which are also incorporated in Constitution of India. And we should feel proud and we should feel ourselves bound to implement those fundamental duties also, which are our duties towards our nation. And if we are really patriots, see, I've been selected for JAG in 1994 and for Indian Navy. That time it was a beautiful speech by the Commodore. He said, it is not like if you are in Army, Air Force and Navy, then only you are having some patriotic and you are having some nation, respect for nation. Everywhere, wherever you are working, if you are truly implementing your duties assigned to you, this is what the patriot is. Right? So with this, thank you very much. I think 10 minutes plus it was for 45 minutes, and now I have completed it. So over to you, Dhruv.
Ma'am, it was a really great session. The presentation was on point, and I guess the students learned a lot as well. Ma'am, we can just have 10 minutes of Q&A.
Yes, we can.
Students, yeah. So
In fact,
students, if you have any questions, you can directly ask them, or you can
or
drop it
you
on.
can just drop in the this chat box. I will definitely respond them because I have a next session as well. So I have to
Okay.
take 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
So
So I guess
no problem. They will
uh,
drop in the chat box. I will definitely satisfy their query. They can have my these slides. These are only for them for their reading purpose. And in nutshell, everything is available. But quickly, if they want to ask some question, they can only 2 to 3 minutes time.
okay. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, they can just turn on their mic and ask in the next 2 minutes. Anyone has any questions regarding the session? If you're not comfortable turning on your mic, you can drop it in the chat box as well. Either.
Please in your chat box. So, okay, Dhruv, today is Sunday, and I think everyone want to enjoy their evening. So you can just
Yeah.
ask me later on. I can just respond to their query. But I just wanted to know whether they were listening or not, or it was simply wastes of
Right.
time.
So if
So
any,
it's this much I want.
yeah, sure. So everyone can just give us a thumbs up if you all have been listening to the session, if you found the session good enough. And if you have any feedback, you can turn on your mic and say it directly as well. Sonal has written session was very good and informative. Thank you, ma'am. Aman Shah, yeah, you can turn on your mic. Yes, Aman. Okay, I guess he's not answering. Okay, so I guess we will end the session then.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I really enjoyed the session. The topic was good, and I tried my level best to justify the topic.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Really. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining.
and
And
I think you have recorded the session.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll share the recording post session. Also, guys, the recording will be live on the website in a couple of minutes. So you can see the recording of the session as well, and you can share it with your friends as well. All right. So we will end the session. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll
Thank
meet.
you.